ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். Sri Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, Bhakti Yogam. Bhagavad Ramanuja has given beautiful commentary, Vyakhyanam for Sri Bhagavad Gita. It is known as Gita Bhashyam. Vedanta Acharya has given Tatparya Chandrikai, which is another beautiful Sanskritam commentary. Puttur Sri Uve Krishnaswami Iyengar has given detailed Tamil commentary based on these two Sanskritam commentaries. He has also given word by word meanings in this commentary. For each shlokam in Bhagavad Gita, we are seeing the English translation of that Tamil work. In the 9th chapter, Bhagavan is explaining Bhakti Yogam to Arjuna. We have seen up to the 12th shlokam. In the last two shlokams, Bhagavan explains that when he is incarnating in a human form, ignorant people don't understand his greatness and they insult him and they abuse him. All their efforts are in vain and all their desires are useless because they are lacking in knowledge, says Krishna in the previous two shlokams. Now we have to see from the 13th shlokam. A question arises in Arjuna's mind and Krishna is answering that question. If everyone is insulting Bhagavan without understanding his greatness in his incarnations, then what is the purpose of incarnations? For that, Krishna is explaining that there are some who understand the greatness of the incarnations and worship him with great love and interest. In the 13th shlokam, he identifies such Mahatmas who are fully dedicated, fully matured in this Bhakti Yogam. And in the next 14th and 15th shlokams, he explains those who are now in the process of pursuing Bhakti Yogam and they are slowly maturing in that process. And from 16th to 19th shlokam, he explains about his own greatness, how he has everything we see in this world as his prakara, as his body, as his sharira. Let us see the 13th shlokam. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha bhajanti ananya manaso jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Partha, O son of Kunti, Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, those who acquired divine nature, Mahatmana, too, those jnanis who are great souls, Mam, me, Bhutadim as the origin of all creatures, Abhyayam as imperishable, Jnatva knowing, Ananya Manasaha without focusing their mind on anything else, Bhajanti engaged in devotion towards me. So these Jnanis, these Mahatmas who acquired divine nature, knowing me as the origin of all creatures and as imperishable, are engaged in devotion towards me without focusing their mind on anything else. So Krishna highlights the nature of the most advanced jnanis, devotees, who are great due to having divine nature. They have daivika quality because they know Bhagavan is the origin of all creatures, and because they know that Bhagavan is imperishable, they are fully engaged in devotion towards Bhagavan without focusing their mind on anything else. That is the greatness of these Mahatmas who are very well matured in Bhakti Yogam. Krishna already explained in 7th chapter about these personalities. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. He explained in that slokam that such great souls are very rare to find. They are considering me as the means and the goal. So such personalities are very rare to find, he explained in that slokam. He is talking about the same Mahatmas here who are fully engaged in focusing on Bhagavan only and nothing else. In the 14th and 15th slokams, Bhagavan explains those who are in the stage of attaining maturity, they are practicing Bhakti Yogam now, but they have not fully attained perfection in it, but they are very sincerely practicing. Such devotees are explained in these two slokams. 14th slokam, Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavratah namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Mam, me, bhaktya, with devotion, satatam, always, kirtayantaha, being engaged in singing, dridavratah, having firm will, yatanta cha, taking efforts in worshipping me, mam namasyantascha, bowing down to me, nityayukta, desiring to be with me always, upasate, meditate upon me. So those jnanis who are always being engaged with devotion in singing about me, having firm will, taking efforts in worshipping me, bowing down to me, desiring to be with me always, they meditate upon me. So these jnanis, these devotees, they are always singing about Bhagavan, they have a firm will towards Bhagavan, and they take efforts to worship Bhagavan. They bow down to Bhagavan and they always desire to be with Bhagavan. With this intent, they keep meditating upon Bhagavan. So these aspects are very important for someone who is practicing Bhakti Yogam. They should be engaged in singing the glories of Bhagavan. They should have a firm will to constantly worship Bhagavan. And they should engage in worshipping Bhagavan, and they should always desire to be with Bhagavan, because ultimately one desires to be with Bhagavan and one desires to serve him in Paramapadam, in Sri Vaikuntham. So that is the goal. So with this goal in mind, they are always meditating upon Bhagavan. 15th slokam. In this slokam, a little bit more advanced devotees are highlighted. On top of worshipping Bhagavan, singing his glories and so on, these devotees, they also understand Bhagavan to be having everything as his body. All of this world are seen as Bhagavan's manifestation, and they worship him in that aspect. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena prataktvena bahuda vishvato mukham. Anye api, some other Mahatmas, other great souls, Jnana yajnena cha, along with previously explained kirtanam, etc., yajna, sacrifice of knowledge, yajanta, worship. They worship Bhagavan through the sacrifice of knowledge. Bahuda prataktvena, as having many different objects of this world as my forms, Vishwato Mukham Mam, who have all objects as my prakara, my attributes. Ekatvena, being singular during the causal stage. When Bhagavan is the cause, he is in the singular form. Upasate, meditate upon that singular form. So some other Mahatmas, being engaged in yajna of knowledge, worship me as having many different objects of this world as my forms, and having all objects as my prakara attributes, and meditate upon me. So everything in this world, and this world itself, is Bhagavan's body. Bhagavan is pervading everywhere, and all of these objects, they are all inseparable forms of Bhagavan. This is similar to Atma and body, soul and body relationship. The only thing in soul and body relationship is it only lasts until the body survives. Once the soul leaves the body, then the relationship is disconnected. Unlike this, Bhagavan and all the objects which we see in this world, everything is together with Bhagavan, everything is having Bhagavan as Antaryami. So there are some who worship this aspect of Bhagavan and are deeply meditating upon this aspect of Bhagavan. That is 15th Shlokam. Now from 16th Shlokam, Bhagavan is explaining how he is having everything we see in this world as his body. 16th Shlokam. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadhaham aham aushadham mantroham ahamevajyam aham agnir aham hutam. Aham, I am. Kratu, the yagam, sacrifice such as Jyotistomam, etc. Aham yajna, I am the Panchamaha yajnams, the 5 great sacrifices. Brahma yajna, Deva yajna, Manushya yajna, Bhuta yajna, Pitru yajna. So every day one should be engaging in these 5 yajnas. Aham swadha, I am the swadha. Swadha is the food which is offered to ancestors, Pitrus. Aham aushadam, I am the havis, the offering given in sacrifices. The main offering given in yajnas is called havis. Bhagavan is saying he is that. Aham aushadam, I am the, that's what we have seen. Aham mantra, I am the mantra. Aham eva ajyam, I am the offerings such as ghee, etc. In addition to the main offering havis, ghee, wooden sticks, fruits and many other things are added in the offering. So all of that is also Bhagavan. They are also Bhagavan. Aham Agni, I am the fire such as Ahvaniyam. There are 3 types of Agnis. Ahvaniyam, Garhapatyam, Dakshinagni. Bhagavan is saying he is these 3 types of Agni, these 3 types of fire. Aham Hutam, I am the Homam, the fire rituals in the sacrifice. So Yajna has Homam associated with it, and Bhagavan is saying he is that Homam also. So what he is saying is that he is having everything as his aspects, his attributes, his own bodies. So we have to see Bhagavan within every entity. That is how one understands the greatness of Bhagavan and one develops bhakti and engages in this bhakti yoga. 17th Shlokam. Pitamahasya jagato mata dhata pitamahaha vedhyam pavitram onkara rugsama yajurevacha. Asya jagataha, for all the creatures in this world, Pita, being the father, Mata, the mother, Dhata, the other sentient being which helps in creation, Pitamaha, the grandfather. Vedyam Pavitram, the purifying aspect to be learned from Vedam. Omkara, the Pranava, which gives knowledge. Rig, Sama, Yajucha, being the Rig Veda, Samaveda and Yajurveda, Ahameva. So Bhagavan is saying in this shlokam, I am only the father, mother, other sentient being who helps in creation, grandfather, purifying aspect to be learned from Vedam, Pranava, that is Omkara, and Rig, Yajur, Sama, Vedas, for these creatures of the world. So Krishna is saying he is the father, he is the mother, he is the one who helps in progeny, he is the one who is the grandfather. So this is for all the entities, from Brahma to ant, to all the plants, all the beings which we see. Bhagavan is the father, mother and so on. He is also the important aspects which is known from Vedam. Omkara, Pranavam is said to be the seed, the essence of Vedam. That is Bhagavan. All the three Vedams, Rig, Yajur, Sama Vedam, all of these are also Bhagavan because these are the ones which give knowledge. So Bhagavan is the one who gives knowledge. So Bhagavan is saying that he is all of these as well. Now here Omkara as well as it is Pranava as well as Vedams are highlighted separately. Even though Pranavam is in Vedams and Vedams are in Pranavam, it's because Pranava is the essence. It is highlighted separately. Next, 18th shlokam. Gatir Bharta Prabhuhu Sakshi Nivasaha Sharanam Sukrit Prabhava Pralayasthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. Krishna further explains his own greatness, that he is being all the entities. Asya Jagataha, for the residents of this world. Gati, the goal. Gati generally means path as well as goal, but here it is explained in the context of goal. Bharta, the Chetana, the sentient being, who is the substratum, who is the one who supports, who holds. Bharta generally translates into husband, but the word Bharta implies that he is the one who holds, who supports the wife and children and so on. Prabhu, the Chetana who controls, the one who controls the creatures. Sakshi, the Chetana who witnesses, the one who sees everything which is happening. Nivasa, residence, etc., where everyone resides. Sharanam, the Chetana who provides the necessities and removes the unwanted aspects. Sharanam means one who is the refuge, who eliminates unfavorable aspects and gives favorable aspects. Suhrite, the Chetana who is the well-wisher, who desires for the well-being of everyone. Prabhava Pralayasthanam, the abode of creation and dissolution. Nidhanam, appearing from this world and submerging into it. Everything which comes out of this world and everything which submerges into this world. Abhyayam Bijam, the imperishable seed for this world. That is all. Aham, I am every one of these aspects which are explained here. So Bhagavan is the goal, he is the one who sustains everyone, he is the one who controls everyone, he is witnessing everything, he is the residence for all of us, he is the residence, he is the one who provides the necessities and who removes the unwanted aspects, he is the one who seeks the well-being for us, and he is the abode of creation and dissolution within this world as well as for the world, and he is the imperishable seed for all of this. That is 18th shlokam. 19th shlokam. Tapamyaham aham varsham nigrunami utsrujami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha Sadasachaham Arjuna. Arjuna, O Arjuna, Aham, I, Tapami, I give warmth, having Agni, Surya as my body. So Bhagavan gives warmth to all the creatures, having Agni and Surya as his bodies. Aham, I, Varsham, Nigrunami, absorb the rainwater through the rays, etc. in summer. So he absorbs the rainwater through the rays. Varsham, Usrujami cha. In rainy season, having cloud as my body, I give the rain too. I give the rain to everyone. Aham, I, Amrutam cha eva, am the entities which sustain people of this world. Amrutam means that which sustains, that which gives life. So Bhagavan is saying, I am the one who sustain everyone here. Mrityucha, I am the entities which destroy people of this world. At the end of time, dissolution, during the dissolution, it is Bhagavan who is destroying through other entities. Sat, I am all the entities of the present. Asatcha, I am all the entities of the past and future. So I am all the entities who are seen in present, who were seen in the past, and who will be seen in the future. So, O Arjuna, I give warmth, I absorb the rainwater and give the rainwater also. I am the entities which sustain and I am the entities which destroy the people of this world, and I am all the entities of the present, past and future. So through this, Krishna is saying that he is having every entity which is seen in this world as his body. With this we will stop and we will continue on in the next session. Alvar Emperumanar, Jiyar Thirudigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Thirudigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download Koyil, K-O-Y-I-L app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, Koyil.org.